Our daughter Natalie was one when we moved to Williamsport and started trying to find our home church. One of the things that was most important to us was finding somewhere where children's ministries were vibrant and there were opportunities for our kids to grow in their faith. I remember talking to my mom on the phone one day, and I was telling her that First Church had all these kids running around and different opportunities for them and tons of young families. And she told me that a church that embraces and welcomes and prioritizes children is a church that is healthy and with a growing congregation. And I realize now that it was that, probably more than anything, that encouraged us to plant our roots here.
Yeah, we both grew up going to church and Sunday school. We were just talking this week about how 40 years later we can remember what our Sunday school rooms looked like. We remember our teachers, and for me that was such a comforting place that established what it was really like to have a church family. And we've seen over and over with our daughter Natalie, and now with our son Cole, that First Church has invited them into a family as well. First Church does that so well because they show children that they're seen, they're cared for, far beyond the 30 minutes that they're here each Sunday. Each year on their birthday, our kids get a birthday card from First Church. I remember when they were really little, each of them running around with the card in their hands and being just so excited about it. At the time, we thought it was a nice gesture. It was much more than that. It was welcoming them into this church family and reminding them that they are seen and they are special.
It's been incredible to have seen how Spark and Ignite have invested in our kids over the years and see the ripples of that impact. There's two really meaningful examples I think of right away. Last year, our daughter was given a copy of Rick Warren's Purpose-Driven Life for Kids. I didn't know that book existed, and I wasn't looking for an age-appropriate devotional book. But each day since then, our daughter has made it a personal priority to read the daily devotional and do the prayer in that book every day. That's pushed her more than anything we could have done to make her own commitments to her faith. And it's been really amazing to witness that and watch her grow. Cole has been in love with First Church from the very beginning. He used to bring home papers from his preschool talking about how much he loved church. And once he even asked his sister to tattoo him with church symbols, and he told her, because God is great. So just recently in Spark Zone, he was given a book of Bible worksheets, and he brought that home. We did a couple together, and he chose to take that workbook as well as the Bible the church had given him to school in his backpack to do when he had personal reading time at school.
Spark Zone and Children's Ministry have done more for our kids' faith than we could have done on our own. And we realize that's entirely thanks to a church who prioritizes them and knows that these crazy, wonderful little kids today are the church leaders and community leaders of tomorrow. By letting them know that they're part of the family of God and by giving them great age-appropriate resources, our kids have been given the foundation in Christ they need to grow up in our world today, which we know is increasingly hard. So when we first learned about the Vision Campaign and the goal of building a permanent fund for children ministries here at First Church, we knew, without even talking to each other first, that this was something that we were called to be a part of.
We're excited to be part of the Vision Campaign because we've seen firsthand what happens when First Church invests in children. Growing up isn't easy. It's not going to get any easier for kids, and they need an unshakable foundation in faith. First Church has blessed our kids with that, and we want to make sure every kid can have the same kind of meaningful children's ministry experiences our kids have had for now and for generations to come.